He only hoped Cindy didn't think too badly of him when she heard. She would never understand. James surrendered. He felt the hands on his back, felt the electric surge of power pushing him to fly from the edge, felt the hunger of the dark spirit that possessed the prominence. He cried out only once as he tumbled from the steep rock cliff to break his body on the worn stones below. From high above, a keening voice moaned in reply. The waves rushed hard against the cliff. It tasted the offering in the darkness and accepted the fruit of a covenant. The warning. Some will call it a fluke storm, but old-timers here in Terrel know that the gusts that rocked Terrel's Peak on Halloween were no natural event. For the first time in over 20 years, no body washed up on the beach last week. And the evil that dwells within that twisted growth of rock was angry. Is probably still angry. Whatever the reason, the cliff is dangerous. And now, it's angry. Consider this a caution. Over the past few years, the cliff has almost always left the townsfolk alone, in favor of luring outsiders to break themselves on the deadly rocks at its feet. But apparently, no outsiders offered themselves for the evil to devour this Halloween. Someone from Terrel may be called upon to pay the price. Don't let it be you. Stay away from the cliff these next few days, if you value your life. Covenant. Written by John Everson. Narrated by Randy Capes. Part 1. Questions. Chapter 1.
Mobile Unit 3, this is Dispatch. Got a report of a jumper at the peak? Looks like we got another one, Bob. Your turn to go out there, I think.
Joe Kieran looked up at the short, static-filled squirt from the police band radio in the corner. As the new kid on staff, he had landed the unenviable job of night reporter, the guy who sits in the newsroom until the wee hours, pecking away at long-range, non-deadline stories, while awaiting any breaking news that might happen to come over the police band. If something did happen in Terrel at 1 a.m., he was Johnny on the spot for the Times. He would grab his reporter's notepad, hop in his car, and speed across town to cover the story, phoning in the crucial details to Randy, his editor, if the paper was about to go to press. So far, he remained unconvinced that anything happened in Terrel after 6 p.m. In 2 months on the job, he had gotten in the car once, and that had turned out to be a false alarm. No, being a reporter wasn't a glamorous job in the sleepy town of Terrel. Usually the police radio squawks consisted of noise complaints and domestic disturbances, neither a subject worthy of reporting on in the Terrel Daily Times. Then again, most of the articles he was assigned didn't seem worthy of the cost of the ink used to print them. The Rotary Club was sponsoring a bake sale. The Taft Memorial Library planned to present a showing of 19th century farm ceramics. 3 kids at Shane Grammar School had essays chosen by the county fire department in the Be a Crier Stop a Fire contest. But now, after 2 months of catching only police reports about fender benders, domestic plate smashing episodes, and the occasional high school beer bust, something was actually happening.
Hey, Randy,
Joe called out to the burly night editor across the room.
Did you hear that on the radio? What's he mean by another one at Terrel's Peak?
Randy looked up from his typing, but didn't say anything for a minute. Then he stared straight at Joe.
Someone jumped off the cliff again. Don't worry about it. We'll cover it tomorrow when they get all the details.
Shouldn't I get out there? Sounds like page 1 stuff to me.
No, call the department tomorrow. They'll give you everything you need then.
Joe hadn't covered a breaking story since leaving Chicago, and he wasn't going to give up that easily on the first interesting lead he'd had in weeks.
I'm not working on anything but this library club feature right now anyway,
he said.
So how about I go take a ride?
Sit it out, Joe.
There was a strange edge to Randy's voice. Joe opened his mouth to argue, but then stopped.